Next up will be head coach Steve Shields. Coach, if you want to start out with an opening statement.
We've been proud of our basketball team. I thought they showed some resiliency tonight, some toughness. I thought when you think about it being senior night and Ted Crass, who symbolizes what this team's about. I know I've talked about this before, and I'm going to keep my composure because our team kind of lost it there midway through, but we showed some resiliency and toughness in keeping our composure, finishing the game. But Ted is so good for our basketball team. He's been that way for a number of years now, and he's been with us for 5 years total. And I've never had a guy who brings so much energy each and every day to practice and pulls for every one of those guys every day. And never gets frustrated. I think he's played probably 20-something minutes this year, maybe 30 minutes, and we wanted to do that for him. The team wanted to do that for him and start him tonight. And I thought he gave us a big boost with his energy, his passion, and he's going to be a heck of a coach on our staff next year.
What was the biggest difference you saw in the last 12 minutes, as opposed to before?
Well, I thought our guys hung together, and Troy, from covering us all year, as Patrick with his finding out all the stats and everything told me we're the youngest team in the country. I think minutes playing 9 of our top 11 freshmen sophomores. We haven't always been that way, and poise hasn't been something that's been a staple of this team at times. When teams would get on runs, we would struggle to break runs early in the year, and I think that's where this team has made a lot of progress. And staying with it, staying with the game plan, not getting frustrated. You're not going to get it all back in one possession. You got to keep grinding it. You got to keep fighting, getting stops, and I thought that's what we did a better job of in the second half. We shot 50% in the first half. We did not rebound the ball to start the game. We were down 8-0 on the glass, and they're a great rebound team. They're a very well-coached team, and there's a reason 3 of those guys were on a preseason all-conference team.
You said before that, because of the youth, it doesn't take much to get them going to kind of flip, and obviously, John's the 3 with foul, and then Leroy's 3. I mean, did you feel it flip right then? I mean, you guys were still down.
Well, so often young guys feed their energy based off of made shots. The first thing you try to coach guys into your constants being your effort, your middle intensity, and your togetherness, and that's something that we've struggled with at times in basing it exclusively on our made shots. We haven't had that great energy when we've had droughts of missed shots, and that's one thing that I think we're continuing to grow as a basketball team.
They didn't shoot very well the other night in their previous game, but they shot well against you guys. So I mean, you knew.
Well, there's no way they're going to go 1 for 23 back-to-back nights with the senior play that they've got and the in-state rivalry game. I mean, Trey Finn's a first-team all-conference selection. Peterson. I mean, they've got great guards. When you look at Golden, Hooten. I mean, Hooten shot the ball extremely well Thursday night. Had 18 points, and he had another good game tonight.
Yeah. And you didn't, like we were saying, you guys, I guess the main focus was Trey Finn, but
I wouldn't say the main focus was Trey Finn. I mean, up there, the main focus was Trey Finn, and we tried to go catch him, and that didn't work. Right. And so, Peterson went for 20, and Washington went for 11 up there. I mean, they had a few of them, all of them did, but our energy, our passion wasn't what it needed to be, and I thought our guys had some good pop to them tonight. They didn't care who got the credit. We're still growing as a basketball team with our decision-making late. When we're finishing off games, driving at 1-on-4 in there, that's not the play that we wanted. With 3 minutes left, and then we got a charge down there with 1.5 minutes left and 18 on the shot clock. Those aren't the plays that we want.
And then tonight, Peterson and Washington, they had 6 points. Either of them made a shot. I mean, obviously that.
Well, I thought our big guys did a better job. Yeah. We didn't allow the 2-foot catches in the paint that we allowed up there in Jonesboro. I mean, you can't let Peterson, those guys, get deep post up. You can't let Washington get deep post up, and you're asking for a basket or a foul.
How do you kind of keep the guys together and composed in a game that has 59 fouls and all those technicals? There was a lot of talking, and obviously you probably knew it was going to be physical and everything. But.
Right, and I think that's the sign of a young team. I think we made progress tonight in the game. I don't think we handled it early. We had an and one that we finished playing the first half, and we jumped right up into the guy's face, and they called it technical, which they should have called it technical. And it's like I've told our guys numerous times, you got to act like you've been there, even though we haven't been there. That's the hardest thing, but you've got to act like you've been there.
And just the feeling going into the tournament off the 2 wins, obviously, good feeling.
Well, as I told you the other day, I mean, we couldn't go into the tournament on a 6-game losing streak and think we're going to flip the switch and go win 4 games. I mean, you want to go into the tournament with some momentum. I don't know how Western and Middle came out, but I know you look at Middle. Middle did win. Middle Tennessee. I mean, they've proven themselves to be. They certainly should be an at-large team. I heard talk this afternoon at halftime of all these knowledgeable guys around the country saying that they might be the team that would be one of the 4 left out. I mean, you kidding me? They're leading the country in wins. That's 28 today, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
And they beat Ole Miss, they beat Vanderbilt. I mean, what more do they need to do? I mean, our tournament should be outstanding. I thought our crowd was phenomenal here. And what a 6-man to our basketball team right there. And hopefully we'll make this tournament over in Hot Springs the best of the 5. We've had 4 really good ones there. I hate that our league is leaving, going to New Orleans. I think we need to be at a place where we're embraced by the community, and I think Hot Springs and Central Arkansas has certainly embraced our league, and I hope we'll send the league out with the best one of the 5 coming this next week.
I know your team's young, but they get the sense of this rivalry, and after the game in Jonesboro, they were certainly probably looking to.
Well, I don't think we realized the intensity with the rivalry when we went up there. It's something you talk about going into it, but when you've got 7 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and I don't think our guys recognized that until we got up there. I think coming out of it, they certainly did. We got slapped in the face up there pretty good. It's hard, not to come back and have some resiliency and have some toughness to you when you come back from that. But that shows the makeup of this team. And I still go back that shows what Ted Kress is made of. I mean, he's our leader on this team. There's a reason we vote for captains at the start of practice every year, and we vote for 3 captains, and the players do it. And Ted got 14 votes or however many players, and he was the one guy that was unanimous captain selection on this team. That speaks volumes of what he's about.
Any more questions?
Thank you.